I have been into podcasting from more than 2 years, and I have been listening to podcast episodes and podcast shows from more than 3.5 to 4 years of a span. And I have explored dozens and dozens of podcast shows, and especially when it comes to self-help category, I think I excel in it because I have been doing self-help podcast episodes, and I have explored and studied a lot of other podcasts to improve my own. So I think I would be the right judge for you. And if you are looking for the best self-help podcast shows out there, then this is the must episode for you, because in this episode I'll be sharing with you 10 must listen podcast episodes. I mean, the ones that I listen on a daily basis. So sit back and enjoy to the 10 best must listen podcast episodes. So I have listed 10 shows. That doesn't mean that the other shows are worse. It's just that I listen to this on a daily basis, and I have enjoyed each and every single episode of it, and I keep coming back to these shows. And the order that I am giving is not on top 1, top 2, top 3. This is just random. So this is it. So coming to the number 1 in the list is 7 Good Minutes by Clyde Lee Dennis. When it comes to podcasts, each and every single episodes are very lengthy, like 30 minutes minimum and 1.5 hours or 1 hour on average. And that's too much. When you wake up in the morning and when you want to listen to a good episode and when you want to lighten up your mood and you have to listen to that episode for more than 30 minutes and you don't have much time in the mornings, it's difficult. But if you have a bite-sized episode which doesn't take much of your time, just takes a couple of minutes of your time and lighten up your mood, that's gonna be a wonderful thing. And that's what 7 Good Minutes does. It just takes 7 or 8 minutes of your time and lighten up your mood, or it gives you a positive impact. This podcast is not anchored by Clyde Lee Dennis, but he picks up one of the best 7 minutes in YouTube videos of others, or any shows, or any interviews, or any explanatory videos, and selects the best one out there and picks up the best 7 or 8 minutes of the shows and puts it out on it, and also gives credit to the original owner of it. The content that he picks is so awesome, and it just lightens up the mood. It just gives the flavor to the day, and it's just so wonderful. The second one on the list is The Mindset Mentor by Rob Dial. I have been listening to him for a couple of months, more than 6 or 7 months of time. There are so many episodes that he has, and each and every single episode is around 15 to 20 or 25 minutes of time, and it's so good. He gives you a path to create your own path, and this is not too long or not too short. It's in the middle way. So if you are going to the office, or if you are coming back to the office, or if you are going on a walk, or if you are going for a jog or running or cycling, or if you are driving, which is a short distance of half an hour or so, I think this show will work it out for you. The third one on the list is The Dominating Edge by Jeff Hammer. I was listening to his episodes quite a long time, especially 6 months back or 1 year back. I used to listen to his podcast episodes every single day. The content is more related to a law of attraction, business, how to be more positive, and the dominating edge, what you need in life, purpose in your life. He does it so well. He gives out a lot of content in just short amount of time, and I think you must go and check it out. I haven't much listened to his episodes in these days, but before couple of months I used to hang on to it every single day. I used to binge listen it every single day. So I think you must check it out. It's a good content, and it doesn't take much of your time. Just these episodes are very shorter. The fourth one is the Mind Valley podcast by Mind Valley. By Vision. I have been watching their YouTube videos quite a long time, and Vishen brings out a lot of guests and a lot of people, and he just does it so well. It's like a university. You have all the kinds of courses in Mindvalley website, and he puts out a lot of content. He brings out guests that excel in a particular field, whether it is yoga, whether it is relationship, whether it is practicing mindfulness, or whether it is life-changing decisions. Whatever it is, he does it so well. And as I said, it's a self-help university. They got a lot of content, and those content are you have dozens and dozens of episodes, and everything is from different expertised people. The fifth one on the list is The Habit Coach by Austin Doctor. This is an Indian-based podcast which I am very much proud of. And Austin is a doctor, and wow, I can just say wow, because he is so good at hosting, and one of the best bite-sized podcasts that I have ever heard in all these years of listening to podcasts. And the way the content that he produces are top-notch quality, and the purpose and the meaning that each content has, and the story he puts it out, the way he puts out the storytelling that he does is simply amazing. I think it's one of the best out there. And if you want to check out how beautiful the self-help category is, just go check out The Habit Coach. And if you don't have much time, this is the episode that you have to hang on with, because it doesn't take much of your time, just a couple of minutes, and then you are given with an amazing content which blows you away, which makes you push yourself harder each and every single day, whenever, each and every single time that you listen to it. Sixth one on the list is Sync Mind. When you are about to sleep, or when you want to take rest, or when you want to think about life, when you are upset about your life and you just thinking about your life, what is my life, what am I doing with my life, what is happening to me, or when you are not able to sleep and you just listen to this, put your headphones on, listen to it, the binaural beats and the content, especially most of it will be Sadhgurus, and they picks out very well. It has the top-notch audio quality, the binaural beats, and everything is so brilliant. If you want to experience the beauty in the audio field and the self-help category, I think this is the one. It will sing to your mind. If you are going through a rough time, don't worry, listen to this. One thing, put your headphones on and then listen to it. So the seventh one on the list is Voice with Variku by Ankur Variku. He is killing it in the YouTube field and in the podcast field, and he does it in a so beautiful style. The way of storytelling, his life story, and everything that he tells you is so good. I just love his content. I just enjoy his content. He doesn't put much of podcast shows. He puts his YouTube videos, does it so well, and even his podcast shows are really brilliant. I think he needs one of the main disadvantages, he needs to put out more content on podcast. So that is one of his main drawback. So if he puts out, I think the content is so great. If you want to become an entrepreneur, if you want to think about your life, if you are in a verge of making a life-changing decision, I think he is the best mentor for you. So just check it out. So the eighth one is Impact Theory by Tom Bailey. If there is an interview show that creates a lot of impact, I think Impact Theory is the one. The way he interviews everyone is so brilliant. If you check out motivational videos on YouTube, most of the videos that you see are from Impact Theory interviews, because the way Tom asks the questions to the guests are so good. The way he studies about them. Being an interviewer, before getting into the show, he studies about a particular guest and he reads their books. He studies about them, what kind of person they are, what kind of attitude they have, and then he just asks questions that are so impactful. And when a question is so good, and the answer will definitely be so good. So, Impact Theory is one of the most liked and most loved interview shows that I had come across in my recent times, and I would suggest you to check it out. The ninth one on the list is The Ranveer Show by Beer Biceps, aka Ranveer. When I talk about him, my blood flow increases for a second because the way he has grown on a YouTube field, transformation he has in himself as a person is incredible. As top notch, he is one of the best out there. He showed what success means, not just by making money or becoming a celebrity. He shows how successful you can be in your spiritual life. He's a spiritual person, being into a fitness world, coming from a modernized society, but he has tried dozens of spiritual practices. The experiences that he has and the way he shares it and the guests that he brings are, I just want you to go and check it out. Because coming from a middle class background and growing in an internet platform, in a YouTube platform, and making your name out there, and everybody talking about you is something great. And I'm just not liking him because of his transformation, but because of the knowledge that he has gained over the years, and because of how spiritual he has been, because of how purposeful he has been in his life. I just won't ramp about it, so just check it out. Ranveer, I think most of you know about this guy, but if you haven't, just go check it out on YouTube or podcast. He is amazing. So, The Ranveer Show by Beer Biceps, aka Ranveer. So the last one, the 10th one, is On Purpose by Jay Shetty. Many of you might be thinking, okay, why this episode? Why this is coming at the last, and why he hasn't talked about it since yet? Because this is the number one self-help podcast show in the world. And his videos makes a lot of impact. He has made a huge impact in the self-help category. He has grown as a person. He is an ex-monk. Rather than me telling about him, you just have to listen to his episodes. It's not just that his content, the way he narrates it and the way he is living it matters. He brings out guests for interviews, and also he gives you tips which are long episodes, which will be around more than 30 minutes of time, and immense information that he gives in his episodes are so incredible. His YouTube videos are good. He gives a lot of content in it, but on purpose, the tips that he gives, the suggestions that he gives are long. He gives out a lot of information in his podcast episodes, and it's just enjoying, and it's just impactful to listen to his episodes. So these are the 10 self-help podcast shows that you must listen, because I listen to it a lot. So if there is any podcast episodes or any podcast shows that you think that needed to be on the list, please don't mind, because these are my 10 best, and which I think you must listen. That doesn't mean that the rest are bad or the rest are not good enough as this. It's just my personal preference. You might have other preference. If you have, please do comment it or give your suggestions in the comment box. I think it would be very helpful for others also, and for me also. I would be really happy to check it out if there is any other good podcasts out there. And I hope you have enjoyed this episode. I'll see you in the next episode. But before going into that, let me tell you that even I have a podcast episode. If you are listening to this on a podcast show, I think thank you so much for that. But if you are watching this on YouTube, check out Life Itself on any podcasting services. I have been producing a lot of podcast shows from more than 2 years. So I think you will like my episodes. Those are raw with a little bit of music to it. So check it out. If you like it, then please do share it with others. So that's it for this episode. I will see you in the next one. Until then, bye-bye. Take care. You are listening to the Personal Growth Podcast, Life Itself, and I'm your host, Timu Bhardwaj. See you in the next episode.